I think we're on air now.
Yep.
Sorry about the delay there, guys. Richard's on yellows at the moment. So, Ross, do you know much about Richard, or?
No, I know a lot more about Rob. I've not really seen Richard play at all.
The same for myself, to be honest. I think with the level of the competition in this comp, you can obviously play the game, but
Yeah.
Rob's going to be a big favourite, especially after winning the last event.
Yeah, the last event.
To be honest, I think Rob's he's always been a great player, but I think he's one of the real big improvers. He looks so confident and calm around the table now, and the results are coming off because of it.
Yeah, a lot of people now realise he's a lot more of a favourite than he was before, because he was 33-1 when he won his last tournament at the start of play.
Yeah.
Richard will need a good shot here to stay in this visit.
I mean, obviously every player can knock them in, but you do know when you leave them with Rob and they're in the Open, he ain't going to miss.
No.
So.
Oh, that's very
dear,
fortunate
dear.
there for Richard.
Be a nice early start if he gets this double now. It's not easy, but it's a free go. Yeah, I think the more I've been watching Rob lately, that he's just looking more and more confident every time we see him play.
Yeah, he's missed that.
He's in big trouble this round now. Always nice early on in the match when you can just have a couple of frames when you know you can't lose.
Yeah.
You settle yourself down. Black ball rule, so he's got to try and get out of it as well.
Yep. Quite a few. Rob's actually a World Rules player himself. Plays for the England EPA team.
Yeah, reading on his profile, he's won a few world titles. And
won the Nationals last year as well, and in 2011.
he also won the Challenge event this year on the UK Tour as well. I think he was in the semis of the last UK Tour.
The main, yeah.
I think he was priced up at 10-1 for this comp. I think he went into third or fourth favourite.
Yeah, that's after his last comp. I'm sure the betting was reduced by quite a bit.
The beauty of this event is it's so open, isn't it? There's players that you look at 28-1. You've got people.
Anyone, yeah. I mean, everyone's so talented here that anyone could win it really. Even as you can see by the last two events, both of them were. That's a good shot by Richard. Both of the people who's won the last two events have been 33-1. So.
It's an open event. You've got players like John Rowe, Brian Alcrow there looking at 25, 28-1. You know, these guys are top players. That's a very good shot then.
Probably expect Rob to go for these now.
May play the snooker now.
Oh, yeah.
I think maybe a bit later in the match he may have gone for him, but early on, settle down. Don't do anything silly. So he needs another good shot now. The problem is, even if he hits it, he's going to leave the frame. So
Yeah.
unless somehow he can miraculously pot it, the odds are stacked against
Yeah,
him.
he's already had one flick this frame as well.
I think Richard's been more, reading from his profile, he's been a bit more of a snooker player. I think his profile says he's played since he was 14, and he's just played pool for the last 7 or 8 years. So I know Rob's got a snooker background as well. He only started playing pool when he was 18. And obviously he's won
Does it
a lot
say
of
if
stuff.
Richards plays a lot of black ball or?
Not much, no.
This tournament that Rob won in the last event was actually the first competitive black ball tournament he's ever played.
Yeah, I think the rules obviously are open, and Rob's a great potter, so
Yeah. I've heard it's a lot easier to get used to a black ball if you're a world rules player than it is the other way around.
I think at the top level, I know there's a big hurrah of what rules and whatnot, but at the top level, if you're breaking an addition or you're taking
Yeah, there's not
multiple
much of a
finishes,
difference really.
no. Be interesting to see next year when it's open how many
To all players, yeah.
actually go over and how many don't. I think whichever way you do things, it's going to be upset some people, and other people it's going to favour. But drop the black for 1-0.
Yeah, Rob's got his first frame on the board there.
I think for Richard it's really key that he sticks with Rob very early in the match, lets him know him there, and then...
Yeah, you can't let Rob get too many frames on the board early.
Are you in this event yourself? Or
I am, yeah.
who have you got first?
I've got the winner of Zach Shepherd and Hitan Patel.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good game.
It's they're both 5-6 on the betting, so it should be quite close.
Yeah. Hitting's from my way, so...
Yeah. Dry break from Rob there.
Very good player. A few years ago, he's
Hitan, yeah.
been in the World Semis.
Zach obviously plays for the Welsh EPA national team with Tom Cousins.
Yeah, he beat me in a money match last week. He's only a small pot, but he played very well. He had a great break on him. Must have had probably 8 or 9 break dishes in the match. He played well.
Who are you playing in this tournament, Lee?
I've got the winner of Greg Batten and 2V. So, yeah, it'd be a tough game, but I think there's not many easy draws in this, if any.
Just looking over, I think I've seen Greg win the first 2 frames over there.
Yeah,
it looks like he's just about to win the third as well.
He's a great player. He was unlucky not to be in the final last time. Lost in the decider, didn't he?
Yeah.
He'll be a big favourite against me, but if you play well, you can win. Half a chance for Rich now. Just one awkward red near the side rail, and possibly the one by the black. I think that goes into the top corner if he can get behind it. So. think it might be a bit straight on it, yeah. Might have to look at screening in the gap by the middle bag.
Coming on the one for the down the rail.
Yeah, or I think he's looking at getting on the one by the black, but I possibly might want to leave that till last. I know it's an awkward ball, but at least you've
To
got the
get on
black.
the black, yeah.
What he don't want to be doing is falling over with 2 balls left, because it's just going to be like the last frame. And,
Yeah.
and when you see your opponent missing, obviously you gain a bit of confidence then as well.
I think he's going to have to take... Got a thin cut on this one in the top corner.
Is he looking at the red by the black, maybe? I think that's what he maybe played on, I'm not sure.
I think he can get the white past the yellow there. He's taking this in the top corner by the looks of things.
Well, it's a bit of a lottery
Might
with the
try and
white.
disturb some of the balls here. Yeah, that's a nice shot.
It's a very good shot. He's not really played too much luck. He's controlled the ball. Still difficult, but he's got a chance.
You need to do a bit with the white here, I think.
Could maybe look at possibly playing the red that's near the middle bag into the opposite corner. Unless he drops in the middle, but I think it's a tight angle from where he's at.
If he doesn't leave the angle as well, I don't think he'll be able to get on his last red.
I know it looks a bit wild going for the one to the opposite corner, but at least if you get across the table, you've got a choice of 2, possibly. I think that's what he's going to play.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Very unlucky.
I think he's called a total snooker there.
Try and drop him behind.
I think he just looked at that yellow doesn't pass the black into the right centre.
That's a good shot.
Oh, there's nice snookered himself.
It's a good shot, but it's a big target for Rob, and if he hits it, he's pretty much certain for the next frame again, maybe.
Doesn't look like he can get to the left-hand side of that red.
I think he's going to be going rail first.
Yeah, rail first.
I think worst case scenario, he'll probably have the bag at the least.
That's a good shot.
Yep.
He's got a very thin cut on this red now.
I think he's going to be going in and out of balk. I don't think he can hold it. These tables are so quick. think as long as he avoids leaning off in the opposite corner, I think the white will be coming back round towards the black and it goes past the yellow. So I think the key is make sure you get the pot, and more often than not, you're probably going to have a shot on the black. He maybe thinks he can hold it, I'm not sure, but maybe the black's a bit tighter than it looks on the camera. It's a big, big problem if it don't go.
If the black doesn't go, the only other shot I can see is double to the opposite middle and screw back for this
Yeah,
right centre.
I was just looking, I wasn't sure if you were behind it, if it maybe went off the yellow by the rail, but
I think that's what he's doing. He looks like he's playing the double. He's screwing back for the right centre, or screwing off. Yeah, he's screwed back for the right centre, he's missed the pot.
same as the last frame now, 7 balls v1. And I think
Rob will just be rolling this yellow on and off the rail and should be laying a tight snooker behind the black.
yeah, he may. Yeah, he's
Oh, he's just getting that red up.
I think he was guaranteed a snooker that
Yeah.
way. So it's odds on, looking like 2-0 to Rob by the looks of things. I think it's a slightly different pressure for Rob this tournament as well. Obviously, last time everyone knows he's a great player, but when
Yeah, the pressure's really on him because he's just won the last event. He's got a lot of pressure. He just split 2 of Rob's battered worst of balls up.
I think he'll just bring the rail one off now and just take him out.
Might pick the white up and just roll the one down the rail. Yeah, looks like that's what he's doing. It's a good shot.
I'm just going to make sure you cue this when the white's room. Nothing silly. I have to put a touch aside maybe, but...
Maybe
Well,
I think he'll be taking the yellow next to the black after this shot.
yeah, just make sure of the pot. Obviously, this is the club where Rob practices from as well, so you know you wouldn't expect the tables or anything like that to catch him out.
Yeah, Lee's been working hard to get all these tables very perfect for this tournament. Have you ever played it yourself, Lee, before?
Yeah, I was in the not the last one, the one before. I drew Chipperfield when he just won the Worlds. I went literally holding my cue at the time, and he beat me 11-8. He played very well. He's a good player.
Was that Blackpool Wolves as well?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was with Blackwell Wolves. Yeah.
Lee's got 5 events next year, I think. 2 are World Rules, 2 are Black Ball, and then the Grand Finals not been announced what rules they are yet.
He's possibly looking at going into some hybrid rules, which might be interesting. I think it might be a good idea to try it out because at least then everybody
Develop the game to 1 rule, possibly.
and everyone in the grand final, there's no advantage to any player.
Because no one would have played the rules before.
I mean, if you've paid 1,400 and you're a black ball and I've paid 1,400 and I'm a world rules player, you're obviously both going to want your own rules.
Yeah.
So,
Richard taking yellows there. Just tied one up on the right hand rail there.
have you got a preferred rule set or?
Well, I've only started playing black ball, practicing black ball in the last couple of months for this tournament, but I've never played a competitive match before. But I seem to be well, I'm a more attacking player as myself anyway, so I seem to be enjoying the rules, practicing them.
Yeah,
Just see how
I
I
do
get
enjoy
on.
practicing them more. I'm pretty new to them myself. They obviously suit my game. I'm only one way.
Yeah, attacking. Yeah,
I'm
you're quite a quick player yourself as well, aren't you?
I'm either getting them or I'm losing. Simple as that. Yeah, I started playing the rules initially when I took the game on with George Turney.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd better learn the rules now. Obviously that went off as a big pot, but
Lost the white a bit there. I think I'll be trying to disturb these the bunch of three at the bottom here. Cut this in the middle.
I'm wondering if you can just slightly. I'm wondering if you can catch the ball on the rail thin and just bring the white down forward a little bit to play the yellow in the opposite corner. Obviously he's not got to worry about potting the red afterwards. I'm not sure if you can hold it from this angle. If not, he's got to go into it, which is what he's playing.
I think he has tried doing disturbing. Yep. He's got a very tough shot on now.
Well, I think he's just got to take it on and try and get the white back around the
play
ball
with
area.
some pace, yeah.
Where is it you practice, Ross?
Well, play for one of the EPA county teams at the 147 club in Leicester.
Oh yeah,
So
I came on that tour this year.
It's only about an hour's drive from here, so it's not been too bad for me.
It's a good tour event there. Tables are nice in that club as well.
Yeah, Neil Toms and Anthony Ted's won that well. I think he's playing cushion first. Try and take this yellow down the rail.
He's got the insurance and knowing he's got the bag if he gets close, but
In these rules, it's
yeah, it's not. Don't mean it's the end of the frame.
I think he's taking the bottom ball, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's very similar to the last couple of frames. I think he maybe needs either a frame where they're either really there or maybe he gets second go at him, because at the moment he's having to push the boat out a little bit too far.
This is the third time Rob's had second chance and it looks like he's going to win the frame again.
You know, the chances that Rob's getting are far easier than the ones that Richard are.
Richard seems to be potting a lot of his balls and then leaving the open table for Rob with no balls to disturb him, really.
Could have come in a bit further, but again, there's not much pressure on the shot because he knows if he misses, he's not really going to be leaving anything. So, I think he'll play the rail one and just drift the white down. No, it's taking the middle and going back up for it.
Might have to take it as his last ball now.
He may be able to. Can he run through? No, he's going back.
Might chose to screw up for it now.
I think he's on the perfect angle, to be honest. Yep. Unless he's straight.
Looks a bit straight.
I think
I think he's got a tiny bit of an angle to come
just
off
got
the
enough,
rail.
yeah. Any further and he would have had a tough last red, but still got to cue this.
Good shot. Leave a bit of distance.
Again, the positioning is where the other yellows are. He makes his
Not a lot of
shot.
pressure.
He makes his shot a lot more gettable. Oh.
He's landed on that black. It's just off touching. He'll be fortunate if he's landed on it just straight to the top rail, top corner.
He's took it on. It's good enough.
I think Richard's got no choice but to play a snooker here.
I think he's got to try and drop the right. Play it as a plan, drop the white on the round, and he's got 2 chances of both balls covering it, but it's so delicate. And
Especially on these quick tables.
And even if you get the snooker, you know, you'd still probably favour Rob to get out of it, not the blackie when it's on the all. Looking at it as well, he can't even play a cross double, so he ain't got no choice. He's got to play the snooker.
That should be 3-0 now.
Shaking his head, he's pointed out like it's rolled, but the problem is when you're playing shots that slow, you've only got to put a touch aside and the white's going to move anyway. He's not happy. Would have been alright if he landed like that. That's the first time.
Quick toilet break for Richard, maybe.
Obviously, everyone comes here, you all think you're going to win it and you're excited. It's hard when you start 3-0 behind. I think he just wants to compose himself. Rob will be over the moon. I think with these events being so long as well, if you can get a couple of good big wins in, you know, you're obviously reserving a bit of energy. It's a long
Gives yourself
time.
a lot of confidence for the rest of the tournament.
I see there's been a lot of money for Steve Petty in the betting.
Yeah, he was 8-1 originally. He's went all the way down to 2s now.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that have got some big money on him, and I can't say I blame him. He's a great player. Will you be entering on the next event or?
Next year?
Yeah.
I was planning on, yeah. See how this one goes.
Yeah, I'm a bit undecided at the moment.
Not sure if I'll enter all of them, but
This is what I said. When you look at the fees and then your travel, your hotels.
yes, it comes to a lot, doesn't it?
And with the standard of players, you're going to have to get to probably 2 quarterfinals
to get your
break
money back,
even.
yeah.
So we'll see. I do like playing though, so.
Looks like Rob's took yellows there. He's lost the white.
Well, first golden opportunity for Richard.
First rib mistake from Rob Bourne, really.
As I said as well, it's the first frame where Rob's had first go as well, so I think that's what Rich needs. If he can just get this ball out now by the middle.
Might take this, yeah, the bad red.
Get it
Get
out.
the bad red away.
And just take him out, then he can start again 3-1. You can't afford to be dropping. As soon as you go 3-4 behind against these calibre of players, you're in big, big trouble in a race to 11. You've got to get these. He's out.
Should be getting these now. I mean, his toughest ball will be the black if it doesn't pass the yellow, but he should take the red at the bottom last and possibly leave it to the right centre.
Yeah, or leave the middle ball, which he's just landed there. He's got either ball. I think it's going to be suitable to get on the black. With the black going into the top right as well, top right, and you're probably right. The bottom right one's the best one to leave. Slightly too far, but you can play the other middle ball now and go down for the bottom one maybe. No, he's playing the top one.
I have to play this softly. Yep, just dead right.
I thought he had a bit more angle than that, to be honest. I didn't think he'd be able to hold it like that. He's played that well.
I have to take the bottom ball for after this one he takes in the middle now.
Unless he goes up and down or off down and on the side cushion. I think I'll be playing bottom cushion, side cushion. You're guaranteed a shot then with an angle.
I think it's easier positional shot off the bottom ball, to be honest.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
that's
got to
what he's
get
taking.
he's got to get the right angle now.
Just needs to land the white around the right middle pocket area. Looks like he's on the wrong side of that.
I think he can just play in the corner though and just drift into the gap. Or go up and down into the gap, but I think they'll just commit to potting it in the corner. You'd fancy getting this more often than you wouldn't. At least you know you've definitely got the black that way. With a few of the loose shots that's happened in the first couple of frames, I wouldn't want to be playing into a small gap.
Yeah, just done it onto that yellow on the side rail.
He's going up and down. This can go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
This can go wrong.
And it has done. The black definitely doesn't pass the yellow into that bottom left pocket. I don't think. Might be able to cover the pocket, but in these rules it doesn't really help because when you get two shots you can.
But I think it was important for him to send a message to Rob to say, look, if you miss,
I'm in this game.
I'm still there.
I don't think he allowed as many mistakes in these rules, being only one visit after the free shot. If and when world rules you get to keep your two if you keep potting.
Oh, it's cushion and try and mock it in the corner. No.
Slightly more work for Rob this time than the last couple of frames, but should still be okay.
Now will he play the corner and go into more, just play the percentage shot and just bring them both out and put the white up the top? And more maybe play the snooker in behind the yellow. I think he can use the yellow that's nearest the white. Can just use that to cover the black. He's going to go for
I
it.
think he's going into them. Oh no.
Maybe he's just going to drop the
yellow
snooker
go?
this way. Yeah, I think he's just dropping in behind this way.
Yeah.
The only reason I don't like that shot is because if he hits the black now,
You can just tuck it behind it, possibly.
and he's not got an easy starter
Rob's
back.
shaking his head.
I think it's a bad shot for Rob.
I think at 3-0 up he could have really went into them. Tried to develop them a bit more.
Or just bring them both out, put the white up the top. If he gets the double, he gets it, but 9 times out of 10 you're 4-0
He's
up.
not going to, yeah.
You can make good connection with this now, push it towards the corner. There's a bit more pressure on Rob. He's tried
just
to go in
tried to land in
behind.
behind. He missed it.
No. At this level, that's not good enough.
No. Got to be it and then blacks.
It was a fairly simple shot as well.
I'd expect Rob to just get these 2 bad balls out and land on the one on this rail, on the right hand side.
I think he's going to try and maybe take the black pocket and then bring them back, but no, he's going into him. I think he can just screw this in, put the white by the middle bag if he misses. No, he's going to play the other one. A bit close actually, yeah, I think.
It wouldn't have been the shot for me because he wasn't going into the balls on the side rail at much pace, so he was quite unlikely to get both of them out into a good position. Going to try and disturb it now.
I was wondering if he was going to play the disturb or bring the white off a bit more and just play down the rail, but it looks like he's favouring the kick.
It's
Yeah,
a good
it's a
shot.
very good shot. Well, it's 4-0. I think Richard's in big trouble there. He's had two very bad mistakes.
Yeah.
I think you'd be thinking he's going to be getting that finish 10 out of 10.
Yeah, Rob's gave him 2 big chances and he's messed both of them up really.
You'd think the black was unmissable as well, to be honest. Every shot's a pressure shot for Rich at the moment.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you're not playing well. You tend to dry break a lot more than you do when you don't. There's no real easy starter for Rob, but he'll have to hit this sweet to get the plant.
The only other shot I can see is a thin yellow to the left centre. That's what he's taken on by the looks of things.
He's played the cannon on the rail ball with it. Yep.
He's
got it. Look how they
he's
came out.
opened the old game up.
When you're ahead, these things tend to happen. I think if Rich would have gone into them, probably a couple of balls might have landed on the rail.
Might have not had so much confidence if the scores were a bit closer, Rob.
You can tell Rob's playing it slightly quicker than he was at the start of the game. Now he's getting a bit of a swagger on. Rob's had much of this game, but you can't say that Richard hasn't had a couple of chances as well.
He's definitely had a chance in 2 of the frames.
I think Rob will just play this into the corner now.
Yeah, I think he's came a bit short for the centre. I think he actually played for the corner, the bottom corner. So it was easier to get on the black, but I think he'll have to take the yellow in the top corner now.
He was round on that before he'd even hit the pocket. He knew it was in.
Looks like he'll be dropping this in and taking the black up the top right, possibly.
I think I would have played to be a little bit straighter and play the black in the same hole that you potted the yellow, but he should still get it. He's played that very well.
Dead straight, yeah.
He won't miss this, I don't think. Looking like 5 now. There we go.
Confident shot.
Yeah, as I say, he's playing a bit quicker now. He's hitting the ball well. It's not looking good for any Richard fans, to be honest. Looking over at the Greg game, they look like they're in a bit of a battle themselves. I'm not sure what the score is, but I can see them both taking a lot of finishes out. Back to the Rob game. Odds on a break dish.
Rob's got his Jason Owen break cue. He's sponsoring the first event of next season.
I called the break dish and I think it's there. Get the yellows. Amazing when you're playing well, you seem to break really well as well.
Yeah, the Jason Owen cue seems to be working for him so far in the match.
I'll be using it if he keeps breaking like that. Slightly under it, but he's still okay. Just run through and play one of them in the middle, I think, or the opposite corner. Oh, it goes past the black, I didn't think. Slightly different route, but he's hitting the ball well. I don't expect him to miss this either. Yeah, he's going through the ball. I know Rob's had maximums at snooker as well, so the slightly longer shots are not going to affect him.
Yeah, he's hitting the shots with a lot of confidence, I can see.
And he's playing a lot quicker, as I said, the last frame. I felt like he might break this, and it looks like he has.
Oh, he's missed that. Surprising miss from Rob there.
Now, Rich, you've got to get these or win the frame at the least.
I would expect he would be laying snooker sometime soon, which is what Rob's been doing in the first couple of frames after Richard's messed up.
With the ball by the rail, you've got a big target, but the only problem is when you're leaving the ball on the hole against calibre of players.
Might have to.
What I was looking at.
Might have to play a snooker behind the black, if you can. He's got the snooker.
Yeah. What I was looking at then is he could have maybe played the red on the rail and drifted the white across and potted the yellow with the same shot. And if he didn't go, you've still got the red in the top corner just to come back down and play your snooker afterwards. But at least that way you were moving this ball. But he's got the snooker.
Any sort of contact on this besides full ball, he should be getting on the. Should have some sort of shot on the black. Oh yeah, he's on it. Simple black for 6-0 now. For
This is why I didn't like the snooker. I know sometimes, even with myself, when you're playing, people can say you're too aggressive, but I think sometimes you've got to take the ball by the horn and think, well, the calibre of player I'm playing, a ball on the hole on a one cushion escape, it's not good enough. And it's proved that way again. I think it was the natural angle to go into the yellow. And it freed the ball on the rail just to go up the top as well.
Yeah.
It looks aggressive, it probably is aggressive, but it's better than losing the frame like that.
Yeah, it makes me think Richard might be more of a world rules player than a black ball. It's the last thing he wanted at 6-0 down, really. Especially with the free shot.
You know, it's amazing how many players, when you're under pressure, you try and hit that break that little bit harder than you normally would, and it goes straight in the middle very often. I play with a few of the top boys, and what they say to me is, you know, if you get kicked in, you can't help that a lot of times, but if you go straight in the middle, it's a bad break. I hope Rich can pick up a bit and make a match of it. Nobody wants to get drummed.
Come off the red and just split them open. In these rules, it's still an open table now until he pots another ball.
Yeah.
Expect him to take yellows. Looks like he might be taking a plant on here. He's just opened the pocket for another one of his balls.
Those early chances are pretty crucial now. I think Richard do anything to have the chances that he had in the first couple of frames. Rob's fully in a flow now. You don't look like missing. Going to try and go up past the rail or just drop him behind it and play it in the corner.
He's been getting a lot of the long shots. Being a snooker player, I'd probably expect him just to drop this in and take it up the rail.
I think he's looking at going up, sneaking up the rail with a touch aside. No, he's not. My bad.
Just screw this back to just around where the white is now, possibly.
Yeah. He's on the wrong angle, he might top it through instead.
Looks like that's what he might be doing. It's a good shot.
Wow.
Not missed many pots, Rob. 7-0. Making easy work of it by the looks of things.
Rob's going to take some stopping if he carries on playing this way as well. I know it's a little bit different with the pressure, but he's still getting everything he goes for.
Yeah.
He's not looked like missing any of the long shots at all. He's stroking the ball well, he's breaking well, he's playing at a nice pace. Commentator's curse.
Yeah.
See, if he's been praying for Rob to go dry, he's gone dry, and the balls that he's facing with are not easy. Cruel game sometimes.
Yeah. Just looking for some sort of a chance, and he's not really got one.
I see Luke Walker's playing today as well. Me and him have got a money game in a couple of weeks' time.
Luke's playing, is it Gav Lomax?
Yep. Another great player.
I thought Gav were quite a good bet at 33-1 before the start of the tournament.
Well, he's been in the England team for some years, hasn't he? He's a great, fluid player.
I mean, with all the other England players, Rob Bourne being 10-1, Carl Sutton being, is it 12 or 14-1?
Yeah.
Obviously, Gav's in the England team. I'd expect him to be up there, but he's 33-1, so I thought that was quite surprising, to be honest.
I think the other two winners of the comps have both been 33-1 as well, so it could be a good omen for him.
As a fluke from Rob there.
It's all going wrong for Rich. This one will hurt again if he gets these. They're not easy, but
a lot of people have been having a bit of money on Josh Kane as well at 25-1. I've just been told he's 7-1 up in his first round match.
Another great young player. Won the Europeans. Sorry, the Masters. I think Josh has been highly rated for a long time, hasn't he?
I don't think Rob's on anything here. Yeah, Josh is he's just came through to play for Leicester in the last couple of years, and he's definitely improved a lot in the last 4 or 5 years.
I think he's got a good base with the Leicester lot as well. There's a lot of good players that way.
Yeah. A lot of England players from Leicester.
I think you need it, to be honest. You can have the talent and you can want to commit the time, but you've got to have the right players to be practicing with all the time.
Yeah.
Which is
you're not really going to improve overly very much if you don't play with better players as well.
This is one of my downfalls for a long time. I was just playing weaker opponents. But I've tried to step it up a little bit the last few months, but it's a work in progress.
I know you've had a lot of good players coming to play first to 21s and 25s. Is that at your house?
Yeah, I've put a table in now. I was close to giving up to playing, to be honest. It was either get a table and commit properly or completely give up. And I'm trying to put the work in. It's a bit frustrating. I'm playing a lot of good stuff in practice, and then I'm not playing any other competitive pool apart from money games. And when I'm in the matches, I've just not got enough match confidence at the moment.
Yeah, they must have been quite good practice for this tournament as well. Were they black ball rules you've been playing recently?
Whichever player comes to my house, I ask them which rules they prefer and what they're stronger at, and I just try and play them at their game. So I'm trying to mix it up a little bit, to be honest. I had a set with Rob Chilton last night. They played quite well. Nice to see Rob's back playing as well. He's a great player.
Just doesn't like Rich's heads in this really. He's just missed quite a simple yellow to the right centre.
Everything's become difficult now. You can see why Rob was a very, very strong favourite for this match with the bookie.
Anyone can put any bets on this weekend with Jed Ronan. He's here taking all the bets, and also online as well on Facebook.
I had an horrific one with Jed the last time I was in a comp. I cost myself in my own accumulator. I lost 8-7 to Steve Wall from 7-4 up. That was nice, cost me about 500 quid. I'm wondering if that drops by the middle. If it does, he can maybe play the yellow off the other yellow and bring it into the gap, but again, he's relying on a bit of luck.
I don't think he's got much of a choice at the minute, really. It looks like he never intended to pot that, I don't think. I think he's got no choice but to play the yellow in the right centre now.
I'm wondering if can he see the gap to play the one that's nearest to the hole?
He's fortunate if he can see through them two reds.
And if there is the gap there, he should have played there.
Should have played for it, yeah. I think he's just tried to cover the hole there because Rob's potting so much. He's just trying to slow him down a bit, but doesn't look like it's working for him.
I think if he was going to adopt that approach, he needed to be a bit more cautious early on when there's a bit more pressure on. Them first 2 or 3 frames were key and
crucial, yeah. I definitely think he's got to drop it in the right centre there, then try and rely on a bit of fortune to get that yellow out off the other yellow.
If he thinks it's tough, he can just drop it on the hole and leave the white on the rail, but you let him rob back to the table, you don't know what's coming next. Just looking at that shot now, but
I don't know if he's thinking if he can get this bad yellow out now, and maybe he could land on the yellow, the other yellow down, to go in off the red on the right hand bottom.
I don't think the ball went from that angle. He had a good attempt at it, but now he's gone from being favourite to the frame. Rob's going to move this red off the rail, probably block the middle pocket. And it looks like Rob's strong favourite for the frame again. Well,
what does it look like Rob's doing now?
They don't plant, do they? Oh no, it goes. Oh no, it doesn't, sorry. Yeah, he just left it so he's got one ball to kick out, but can he drop the snooker here without going in off? I think he can. Got to play it thin. I think he can just catch the head of the ball and leave the white on the knuckle.
He's looking at just covering the pocket and yeah.
Does that go off the red? I think it does.
He's very close to the red there, isn't he? It's only a couple of millimetres in between them.
Yeah, he's going to try and pot it in the middle off the cushion.
Coming off the cushion. It's
close.
A great shot.
He's got it. Smile there from Rich.
Looking like 8-0 now.
When your opponent's knocking balls like that in, you start to think it's probably not going to be your day. I think he'll just want to stop the 11-0 at the moment.
Yeah.
I think the second half of the match, he's not really done anything wrong, Richard.
No.
It's just been more that Rob's took the game to him. But
Yeah, I think there's only been 2 frames near the start of the match where Rob's actually gave him proper chances to win the frame, which he's not capitalised on.
and I think Rob's he was obviously coming into the match confident anyway, but I think it's been built more when he's seen him missing chances, missing snookers.
Yeah.
There's not one
I think
part
it's
of the game.
definitely gained his confidence.
It's not nice to say, but I don't think there's been one side to the game yet that Rob would have been a bit worried about. But, well,
Can't take it for granted too much though that your opponent's going to miss, because in future rounds they won't, will they?
yeah. Look at these reds.
This is definitely a big chance now for Edge to get his first frame on the board.
It'd be nice to see him win a couple as well. I don't like to see anyone get battered too bad. Screw on and off the side crush, I think, maybe. Unless he can go around the back of the yellow.
Just tucking his shirt in so he avoids this red down the bottom.
Can he go around the back? I think he might be able to, but I think the screws are safer shot. Yeah, that's the shot. He's not like Richards looked like he can't play or anything like that. I think he just made a couple of casual mistakes early on.
Yeah.
You can tell he can pot a ball and he
Yeah.
knows his way around the table.
Just needs to get his arm in a bit, really. Every time he seems to miss, Rob seems to be clearing up in the first or second visit, or laying snookers straight away. At least he's got his first frame on the board.
Yeah, I'm glad. A little fist bump there. Always nice to see when people can have a bit of enjoyment.
Bit of a
you know.
laugh, yeah.
You see other players throwing the cue, punching the table. I think you tend to see that a lot more in the lower end of the game, to be honest.
Yeah.
You do see it sometimes, but I think a big part of doing well in this game is you've got to be enjoying it.
Yeah, you got to have a good temperament, really.
I had a spell where I didn't hit the ball for a few months. As soon as any nudge happened that didn't go my way, I just felt like not playing.
Yeah, not playing at all.
That's when
yeah.
you know you've got to have a break, to be honest.
These yellows look open for Rob, I think.
Yeah, I think with these rules you have to pot with the next shot, so you just probably play the yellow
One
by
in
the middle.
yeah.
Make sure you're on the favoured ball and then work your way through the finish. But they're all in open play. He's playing well. I expect him to get these as well. One thing I like with Rob is he actually hits the ball. He's not one of these that just
Rolls it.
Yeah, just drops the ball.
I think being a snooker player, he's used to hitting them at quite some pace as well, which makes it more confident in pool.
This is how I like to see the game played. Players hitting the ball, cueing well, good pace. Makes it a much better spectacle. Could have been slightly better on this. I think he's run slightly too far.
Might have to just run on and off the cushion here. To land a bit straighter, yeah, that's better.
Play that well. He's punched it with a touch aside. Give himself every chance.
Pinches in the right hand side of the pocket and should be 9-1.
Second break dish. some great games. Mike King v Gillespie, that's a great. I think that's the tie of the round.
If I don't win my first round match, I've got the loser of that game.
Good luck. So 9-1, Rich to break. Again, straight in the middle.
Off, yeah. With the free shot, I think Rob could take either colour here, just either disturb these two reds near the top right or the yellow near the left, the right
I think he'll
centre.
play the black into it and bring them both out. Yellow goes in the middle, so very quickly he's going to go to 10-1 by the looks of things. I can't see Rob missing.
No, I can't see him running into any problems there.
This with a touchy check side. Bit of English, as the Americans would say. Sign of a confident player, then refuse the easy middle, took the long one. Roll through now, make sure he leaves an angle off the bottom one for the middle, black in the centre. This match is going to be over very soon unless something magical happens.
It's a good shot. I don't think he's too straight on it.
I think you can expect Rob to have a bit of a deep run now. I think the first match was always going to be a little bit more difficult coming in as the champion. He's not only won, he's won convincing, he's played well. He'll be off the table in a fairly short amount of time. He's going to take some beating at the minute. Do you know who he's got next round if he wins, or?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
So 10-1 is that now?
That's 10-1, yeah.
For Rich, he's just got to dust himself off, get himself ready. He's not out the competition yet, obviously with the 2 lives. I think the double elimination is a good idea, to be honest, because at this level, sometimes you can go into a match and not do a lot wrong, and lose, and it's a long drive home for some people. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're playing bad sometimes. So I think it makes whoever does win, I think it's a fairer representation on who's actually playing the best ball. Obviously, you'll always need a bit of run with a draw, and you need a few flicks and whatnot either way throughout any competition. But
I think Rob might be taking this off the yellow, maybe. Oh, no. Still an open table then in these rules.
I think he's got the angle to bring the one out by the middle as well, so he's got a chance here. Rich is even playing a bit quicker now. I think he just wants to get it done, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think, you know, maybe 3, 4, 5 frames the game can swing, but when you're this far behind, you pretty much know you've lost. Has he sat on the yellow?
I think he's just about. No, it doesn't look like you can see that one at the bottom.
He's talking to himself, tells me he's not on it.
So it's a total snooker.
So, you know, you can argue that is it unlucky or is it just a really, really poor shot? I prefer to say the latter, to be honest.
I think he's
when you've got a big margin and error.
I definitely think I think he's tried to play for the one on to the top left there. It's not a bad recovery shot.
You see it a lot with pool players. I was unlucky, but you know, the top boys are never unlucky all that amount of time. I think a lot of times you just make your own luck. You get a similar story when people talk about poker all the time, but
yeah.
But the thing is, if these games were just pure luck, you would have different people all the time winning events, but you don't. The top boys are always there.
Yeah.
And they're there for a reason. Is he going to try and drop him behind the one on the bottom rail and try and take that at some stage? I think the ball to do that is maybe the one, if you can move this one now, get on the middle one, and then play the ball that's closest to the black to the right, and then just screw across. He's got a big margin of error with the 2 reds there. He can even nudge them and still be on the yellow. I think he might get these.
He's trying to screw into it now, I think. He was looking to pot one there, I think.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he's got the gap for the middle there. Got a double and that's about it.
To be honest, 10-1 up, I'd just be bringing the yellow out and say, go on then, knock him in.
Yeah.
If you don't knock him in, you're out. Put the pressure back on Rich. I know the Reds are not exactly
safe,
but at least that way you can win the frame.
He's taking it on. Oh, he's not. That's a good shot from him.
That shows me Rob switched on him. He's 10-1 up. He could have played a double there. He could have doubled it. He could have gone for a finish, but he still played the snooker. So
the same shot he'd have played at 0-0.
It's good to see he's giving the opponent the respect as well, to be honest. I've been impressed with Rob this match.
That's a great shot. Looks like that's all over now.
What a shot that was. He was virtually straight on that ball. He's pulled a lot of side, got right into it, and as you say, when you're playing well, the ball's come out as well. The other ball could have stuck on the hole, but it hasn't.
Yeah, and it's amazing how 1 second it could look like there's not a chance that they could win the frame, and they play one shot in these rules and it's all over.
I think that every long ball that he's played, he's not just potted it, it's gone in the centre of the hole as well, so he's cueing well.
Yeah, a good finish from Rob there.
Good performance from Rob 1, 11-1.
11-1 win into this next round.
Well done, Rob, and lucky to Rich. I think early on's been the problem in that match.
Yeah.
But good luck to anyone who's got Rob next. He looks like he's queuing well. He's playing at a good pace.
Could have a good chance of winning this tournament again.
And he's also, his head switched on. He's even, you know, he's 10-1 up and he's still playing the snooker. So fair play to him.
Yeah.
Right then.
Thanks, Rick, Lee.
No problem. Take care, mate.
Leave out.
Thanks, bye.
bits of